Hi, and welcome to our Google Scholar tutorial. By the end of this tutorial, you will understand what Google Scholar is, when to use it, and 6 specific search techniques to improve your search results. A quick disclaimer. To fully understand the topic of this video, it would be best if you've already watched these other tutorials. This video may be a little hard to follow if you don't already understand the basics. They are all only 5 minutes. So what is Google Scholar? Google Scholar is Google's attempt at creating an academic filter for scholarly materials. However, Google hasn't revealed what criteria they use to select scholarly content, so you need to be careful and assess your results. There are several pros and cons to using Google Scholar. Starting with the pros, it's free and easy to use with the familiarity of Google's interface. The information is very current and the content covers a wide variety of subjects and disciplines. Your results will include peer-reviewed content from reliable sources with citation lists. There are cited by and related article links that enable citation chaining. And you can set up Google Scholar to export any citations you find directly into EndNote to keep yourself organized. Full text for a lot of results is going to be available, and by using the library link and going through the proxy server, which will identify you as a Rowan user, you'll be able to retrieve articles that may otherwise not be available by simply clicking on the full text at Rowan University link that will appear to the right. But that brings us to the cons. Not all of the full text is going to be free, and you may be redirected to pay-per-view publisher sites. Google has not shared its indexing criteria, so we don't know what's being searched, and it favors the sciences and technology over other disciplines. And there are very limited sorting and filtering options available, making it hard to manage your results compared to other databases. I would save Google Scholar to the very end of your search process. Start with databases like PubMed or Embase, and then supplement with Google Scholar to check if there's anything else out there. It shouldn't be your first stop. Easiest doesn't necessarily mean best. So you can totally Google Scholar, as I'm sure you are aware, and get there that way. But if you go through the library's proxy link, Google Scholar will know that you're affiliated with Rowan, and that will grant you full access to resources and full text provided by Rowan within the results page. The first thing you want to know is that you want to be careful with what you enter into the search bar. Every word matters, it is not case sensitive, and punctuation is mostly ignored. So I have 6 tips to help you retrieve more relevant results from Google Scholar. So if we start simple with childhood obesity, we see that we get about 3 million hits. So tip number 1 is to use quotes when searching for a phrase. Without quotation marks, Google Scholar will search each term individually and then as a phrase, possibly giving you a lot of noise you don't need. By putting quotes around that phrase, we reduce the results to exact phrase matches. Tip number 2 is the minus sign. That will negate and omit terms from your results. So in this instance, if we add minus statistics to our string, maybe we already have the statistical data, we've now cut our results down by half. Tip number 3 is to search in the title for specific words. You're more likely to find what you are looking for if you focus in on the title. So we add in title, no spaces, and force Google Scholar to search for the phrase childhood obesity in the title of the article. You can add multiple title terms. So for example, if we add in title, prevention, again, no spaces, we now have about 1,600 articles titled specifically about the prevention of childhood obesity. Tip number 4 is to add synonyms. So the first thing you want to do is wrap the term you want synonyms for in parentheses. So Google Scholar knows you want all terms searched together. Then you're going to add a vertical bar, which is the button above the enter key used with the shift, and then your synonym. Again, no spaces. In title, intervention. As you add synonyms, you want to spell each word out, and you're going to want to remember that you only get 250 characters in the search bar, so you want to be judicious with what you choose to enter. Tip number 5 is domain searching. Since we don't know Google's indexing criteria, this will help ensure more credible sources. This is, of course, not absolute, but it should help a bit. So if we focus in on educational sources or government sources, we use either cite:/gov for government sources or cite:/edu for educational sources. You unfortunately can't do both at the same time. And finally, tip number 6, you can search for specific journals if you have some in mind that relate to your topic. You add that with source, and your journal's title. In this case, let's say Journal of Nutrition. The only spaces come from within the journal's name. And that brings us down to 17. Lastly, let's talk about what we're seeing on the results page itself. Your results show citation counts, related articles, different versions, and EndNote export options if configured. Use the full text at Rowan University links on the right for access. Google Scholar is a useful supplement to, not replacement for, comprehensive library database searching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of your health sciences librarians. We are always happy to help. Thank you.